Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today for our HANA Analytics webinar. I'm going to go through a quick agenda with a couple of slides and then we're going to get right into the recorded presentation and some question and answer. So from an agenda, I'm going to go through some introductions, going to talk a little bit about who is Clients First Business Solutions, what is the SAP Business One HANA solution that we're going to be showcasing today, and then dive into the presentation on the HANA Analytics presented by Claudia, where she'll show some out-of-the-box widgets in the Fiori cockpit. She'll show you how to create your own customized widgets. We're going to talk a little bit about the out-of-the-box Excel report and interactive analysis and designer tools, and then we're going to show you how to actually create your own Excel report using the tool. Please save your questions for after the presentation using the Q&A function that you'll see in the webinar. My name is Ryan Howe. I'm the SAP Business One Practice Lead. I believe I've met many of you on the call. I work closely with both the sales teams and the service teams at Clients First to make sure our customers are taken care of relative to their SAP Business One needs. Also with us, we have Claudia Nino. Claudia is a 2011 graduate of St. Vincent College and the SAP Business One program there. She's been working with SAP Business One for 7 years, and she's always up for a challenge and learning new things, and hence will be doing a great job with our presentation today. Clients First at a glance, 7 brick and mortar locations throughout the US, New Jersey, Alabama, Florida, Illinois, Minnesota, Tennessee, and Texas. As an organization, we support multiple ERP systems, SAP Business One, Dynamics 365, Epicor, and Acumatica. We're about 80 plus employees, 700 plus clients. We really like to consider ourselves a local company with a national reach. I am the co-chair of the SAP Business One Partner Advisory Council. There's 12 partners in North America that sit on that council. So we have interactions with SAP. We can bring our feedback to SAP, the good, the bad, the ugly, really share ideas in order to create more opportunity and make SAP Business One the best ERP system out there. We have a dedicated SAP Business One team. So Claudia and myself are on that Business One team, and we only work with SAP Business One. We're expert consultants who really do try to put our clients first. What is SAP Business One HANA? Some of you may already run on HANA. Some of you may have never even heard of HANA. Well, SAP Business One HANA is an in-memory, column-oriented relational database management system. It really, if you break it down, it's a business data platform that processes both your transactions and your analytics at the same time, and then allows us to use these built-in analytical tools, right? So it has the horsepower to transact faster and also provide you the data warehouse type functionality where you can aggregate information together that you used to have in a separate solution. And we'll showcase some of those items today on the webinar. You know, we have technical people on staff that can go much deeper and explain to you HANA and what it would mean from an infrastructure to set it up should you want to explore the option of SAP Business One HANA. And with that, I'm going to jump right into the HANA Analytics presentation that Claudia is doing. And here we go.
SAP Business One for SAP HANA offers many data visualization tools out of the box, many of which can simply be activated by the end user to display them in the Fiori cockpit. In this manner, users can tailor the cockpit to their preference and see only relevant objects that apply to their day-to-day work. In this case, I have chosen to display the workbench for the sales process, a few dashboards, and relevant KPIs. Many of these allow you to drill down to relevant transactions simply by clicking on the widget or by right-clicking and selecting an option from the available menu. To select additional widgets that are available in SAP Business One, we can click on the pencil-like icon on the top right of the screen. This enables the edit mode of the Fiori cockpit. Let's click on the plus sign. From the drop-down menu, we can select the type of object that we want to add to our cockpit. You can see that we can select a dashboard, which is an element of the cockpit that presents easy-to-understand visualizations, such as bar or pie charts, of transactional data in SAP Business One. Additionally, we can select key performance indicators, which are quantifiable measurements that reflect critical success factors in a company, such as targets for revenue or profit margin. We can select business object counts, which are widgets that provide a quick way to count documents or relevant data in SAP Business One. Additionally, we can add a workbench, which provides a visual representation of a process flow, such as all the steps involved in the sales, purchase, financial, or inventory management processes. These workbenches can be customized to reflect each company's unique processes and provide users with an accurate representation of the company's process flow. The option for Browser and Others display the cockpit options that you may be already familiar with, such as Browser, Messages and Alerts, Common Functions, My Recent Updates, and Link to a Browser page. In addition to the out-of-the-box widgets, we can create our own widgets. To do so, first we must click on the Pervasive Analytics tool . From here, we can create a personalized KPI, a personalized dashboard, and additional business objects. For the purpose of this demonstration, I have chosen to create a custom dashboard and a personalized KPI. We click on New Dashboard, and we will create a dashboard that will give us an overview of the amount of tax paid for each tax jurisdiction over a period of time. First, I must select the data source. From here, we have the ability to use a query or a view as the source of our data. I previously wrote the query and saved it under Query Manager. So, if we take a look at this query category called HANA Dashboards, I had originally created the tax paid query with Query Generator and saved it under Query Manager. You can see that the same queries that display under the Query Manager option reflect as my data source list. I now select Tax Paid, and to the right-hand side of the window, you can see a preview of the data, and from here I could edit my query if I so desired. Let's click OK. Now I am taken to the Dashboard Designer window. Under Basic Settings, I am going to define some target measures and a target dimension. These will respectively display in my y-axis and x-axis. For this, I am going to move the tax paid option to my target measure. And for target dimension, I have the option to select customer, customer name, and tax code and tax name. And I decide that I like to look at tax name, which corresponds to my sales tax jurisdiction. The graph will now show us tax paid for each sales tax jurisdiction. Under Filter and Parameters, we will add a date filter and select the year of 2018. Let's click Add and Save. And we will give this dashboard a name. Let's click OK. So now, if I go to the home page in Pervasive Analytics, we can see the dashboard that I just created. Here at the top, 2018, tax paid per tax jurisdiction. If we exit from here, we can now edit our Fiori cockpit and add a new dashboard, 2018, tax paid per tax jurisdiction. Let's go back. Click OK. And now we can see our newly created dashboard here on the bottom right. Additionally, we can create a new KPI to track a specific measure in the system. We go back to Pervasive Analytics. And for this example, we will set up a KPI that will track our sales for the quarter against our quarterly sales goal. Let's select New KPI. And a data source. In this case, we will select a view under Sales. Our invoice header. And under Value Settings, let's transfer the measure that we are looking to track. In this case, we are tracking invoice total. Additionally, we will select a date dimension, in which case I am looking for document date. Instead of this year, we would like to keep track of our KPI only for the quarter or on a quarterly basis. We set a KPI goal, description, and a goal value of $300,000. Before we save, let's make sure we give our KPI a name. And then we select quarter over same quarter basis. And from here we can see that we have a green colored value, which means that we are over our KPI goal by 56% in relationship to a quarterly sales goal. Let's click Save. And now if we go back to the home page and go all the way down to Q, we can see that our quarterly sales KPI is now included in my KPIs list which means that I can add it to my Fiori cockpit. Let's select KPI from the drop-down, Key Performance Indicator, and if I drill all the way down, we can now select our quarterly sales option. Let's click back, save, and now we can see our quarterly sales KPI. Next, we will showcase the Excel Reports and Interactive Analysis feature. Excel Reports is a Microsoft Excel-based analytics and reporting tool that uses a plugin to connect to SAP Business One HANA views as data sources. It gives users more flexibility to manipulate reports in Excel, providing a better view for decision-making outcomes. By going to Modules, Excel Reports and Interactive Analysis, we can see a list of reports that are available with the out-of-the-box functionality. Let's look at the Profitability Analysis report. Microsoft Excel opens. To the right of the screen, we can see the available fields for this report. Additionally, a pivot table graph displays in the middle of the screen, allowing us to see a graphical representation of the report as we build it. So let's see how this works. Let's, for example, select Net Sales Amount in System Currency, Business Partner Group Name. Let's go down here and let's click on Business Partner Group Name. By doing this, I can now see total sales amounts from the inception of the company through today by customer group. If I wanted to see more details, I could also select Business Partner Name. This way, the report provides the individual sales amounts for each customer while grouping the totals by customer group. You can also see that my graph is a little busy now. Therefore, I'm going to hide it, and I will work solely with my pivot table. Next, let's select Document Year and we will actually drag it to the columns. Let me remove the field and drag Document Year to columns. This will slice the sales data by year. We have from year 2006 through 2018 with some grand totals at the end of our report by customer and also by year. Please note that you can also drag the document date field to the filter section. So let's drag that over here, which will give you a filter option for the document year. In this case, I will select 2018. Click OK. And now, instead of displaying the amounts for every year in the history of the company, I am only displaying relevant data that applies to the 2018 year. We can then make additional adjustments to the report, and we'll be able to set it back to SAP Business One for easy access for the next time that we wish to run the report. Additionally, SAP provides an Excel reports functionality that allows us to interact with reports in a different way. For that, I will close this window and instead of going to the Excel reports out of the box, I will now go to Excel Report and Interactive Analysis Designer. This will open Excel. So now let's go to Excel Reports and select New Excel Report. Let's take the example of reviewing profits and revenues for items, and we will also be drilling down into the figures by customer. For this, we select a data source, sales, multi-document scenarios, and profitability analysis. To confirm this, we simply click OK. From here, we can see the data source panel where we see all the fields available that we can include in the report. I will select item code and item description. Click OK. To add a subgroup under item, we must highlight the item code row and click on the group and section, add new group, add child group. We now want to group by customer name, let's add business partner code and we'll add the name later. And this adds the customer code underneath our item description, and we must move it over just one more column. From here, I drill into business partner name, and let's give our business partner a name, customer ID, and let's change this to customer name. Since we'd like to look at profits and sales amounts, I will now drag the gross profit amount and the net sales amount. We can also set up a calculation between the two amounts selected. For this, we must enter a formula that references the cells that we wish to do a calculation with. This will now give us our gross profit in relationship to our sales amount in terms of a percentage. We can additionally add subtotals simply by dragging the calculation sum over to the top of gross profit, and let's make sure that it references the correct cell. In this case, it's H4. And we'll do the same for net sales amount. And in this case, it references I4. Let's Let's give it a title. And we can also add some grand totals. Let's simply drag the sum calculation option to our gross profit amount column. Let's make sure our reference is the right cell. And the same for net sales amount and grand total. We can additionally do some formatting, the same way that we would do for Excel. The same way that we would do in Excel. Let's go to Home, Bold and Center. Let's bold our subtotal headers and make them cursive. When we are done designing our report, we can now go into Excel reports and click on the option Run Report. This will now give us subtotal amounts per item and group by customer. Let's say that we also want to be able to run this report without having to design it every time that we like to access it. In that case, we will go back to our Excel Report Designer and go into the option Save as Report under our Excel Report ribbon. From here, I have created a folder called Claudia's Reports, and we'll give this report a name. Now, if we go back to SAP Business One, the next time that we log in to SAP Business One, we will then be able to see our report. I now go to Modules, Excel Report and Interactive Analysis, access my folder, Claudia's Reports, and we can now select Item Profitability by Customer. This will then run the report in real time and give us real-time data.
Thank you very much, Claudia. That is the end of the recorded presentation. David, if you'd like to open it up for Q&A, we can address any questions accordingly via the Q&A chat feature.
Yeah, so as Ryan said, the Q&A functionality should be open now. So if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and type your questions in there, and we'll do our best to answer them.
I don't see anything yet.
There's our first one. You need Excel, right? You need a license to Microsoft Excel.
Yeah, so we definitely need a Microsoft Office. Open Office, actually, I'm not sure. Ryan, I don't think I've ever seen that version just yet, Open Office. I know Office 365, 2016, all of those are okay. We'll need to get back to Angelica on Open Office. You're welcome.
Yeah, I just Googled it. I think it's like a free type of Office replica, right? So my assumption is that it's not going to work. They need the Excel license.
I guess it was all very self-explanatory, Ryan.
Everyone is already doing their own Excel report analysis, right?
Yes. Maybe we can be on the line for a few more minutes.
Yep. And the presentation and the recording will be provided. Our emails and phone numbers are in the presentation, so you can always follow up direct and ask any questions you have as well.